It's Friday afternoon. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. You pull it out. A green notification from your bank lights up the screen. Direct deposit plus $4,000. For a split second, your shoulders relax. You feel rich. You feel safe. You breathe out and think, okay, this month will finally be different.
But deep down, you know it's a lie. You know that money is already dead before it even arrives. It belongs to the landlord, to the car loan you bought to impress people you don't like, to the credit card, and to the subscriptions you forgot to cancel. You are just a human funnel. The money touches your hands for a second, and then it's gone. You are running on a treadmill that is set just slightly faster than your legs can handle. This is the broke loop, and today I am going to show you exactly how to shatter it. I am opening System File 005. I'm going to reveal the single psychological mistake that kept me poor for years, and the 3 protocols to fix your engine before it burns out completely. Because if your engine fails, you don't need a budget, you need a rescue. Welcome back. We don't do boring financial advice here. We do financial deprogramming.
If you are tired of pretending to be rich on Instagram while silently drowning in real life, subscribe right now.
Warning, do not skip to hack number 3. Hack number 3 is the kill switch. It is aggressive. If you use it without the first 2 psychological shields, you will crash your finances into a wall. We need to rebuild your operating system from the ground up. Let's go inside.
Let's rewind a few years. I want you to picture the version of me that looked successful. I was 24, cheap suit, but tailored. I had just landed a high-ticket client, my first $10,000 month. I remember walking down the street feeling like I was floating. The air smelled different. I thought, this is it. I beat the game.
So I did what any good consumer does. I celebrated. I took my friends to an expensive steakhouse. The waiter brought the wine without me asking the price. I ordered the $80 ribeye.
I bought the designer watch because I told myself a dangerous lie. I need to look successful to attract success. Does that sound familiar? It's the ego's favorite excuse.
I upgraded my apartment to a place with a city view. I stood on the balcony and felt powerful, but it was a hallucination. I was burning the future to warm up the present.
3 weeks later, I woke up with a hangover, grabbed my phone, and opened my banking app with one eye closed. My stomach dropped to the floor. The number on the screen wasn't 5 figures, it was $420. I stared at it until my eyes watered. I felt a cold sweat on my back. The shame was physical. I made $10,000 and I was poorer than the guy flipping burgers because he at least had 0 debt. I had an expensive watch and an empty account.
I realized I was infected with a mental virus called Parkinson's Law. Expenses always rise to meet income.
It doesn't matter how much you earn. If your operating system has this virus, earning more money just helps you dig a deeper hole. I wasn't building an empire. I was building a golden cage and locking the door myself. I had to stop acting like a rich kid and start thinking like a wartime general. But before I give you the first protocol, I want to ask you something. Have you ever wondered why, no matter how much discipline you try to apply, you always end up spending that extra money at the end of the month?
The answer isn't that you are weak. It's that you are fighting against your own biology. If you think the solution is making a budget, prepare to be surprised. Hack number 1 doesn't require willpower, it requires cunning.
Hack number 1, the artificial cap. We are going to trick your lizard brain into thinking you are broke.
If you make $5,000, you are going to force yourself to live on $3,000. Not by trying hard, by removing the option from the table. The protocol. The exact second your paycheck hits, the surplus, $2,000, is automatically kidnapped. It is sent to a vault account.
But here is the technical key. That account must be at a totally different bank, one whose name you don't even like, one that doesn't have a pretty app. No debit card, no app on your phone. You have to physically drive to the bank, wait in line, and talk to a teller to get it. We call this Inconvenience Engineering. That friction saves you. When you want to impulse buy, the laziness of driving to the bank stops you. Suddenly, your main account looks low. You panic.
Good. That panic is your friend. It makes you scrappy. You stop buying the $6 latte because you feel poor. But in reality, you are stacking thousands in the background while your ego starves.
Are you brave enough to kill your ego to save your future? Type CAP in the comments if you are ready to install the artificial cap. Now, stopping the bleeding is crucial, but if you thought that was smart, get ready. Because the artificial cap only protects you from yourself, but it doesn't protect you from the biggest danger in the modern world. Most people believe having a good job is security. I'm going to prove to you in 1 minute why that good job is actually Russian roulette pointed at your head. Hack number 2 is the only real bulletproof vest.
Hack number 2, the income tripod. I want you to imagine a Friday afternoon meeting. The air in the office is tense. Your boss walks in. He won't make eye contact. He looks serious. He says, "We are restructuring. We have to let some people go." In that 1 second, the floor disappears. Your entire life flashes before your eyes. Your rent, your food, it all hangs by one single thread. Your boss has the power to turn off the lights of your life with one sentence. That isn't safety. That is voluntary slavery.
You need to build a structure that cannot be knocked down by one person's decision.
You need 3 legs so the table doesn't fall. Because if your life rests on a single leg, you fall too. The primary, your job, the engine. It pays the basic bills. The buffer, a side income, the armor. It pays for luxuries and mistakes. The yield, investments, the soldiers. They pay for your freedom.
The execution. You don't need to invent the next Facebook. You just need to make your first $500 outside of your job. This is crucial. It's not about the money. It's about the psychology. Sell a skill, consult, flip something on eBay, wash cars. It doesn't matter. The moment you make that first dollar that didn't come from your boss, the fear disappears. You realize, I can feed myself. You become dangerous. You become free. And when you are free, you negotiate your main salary better because you are no longer afraid to say no.
So you control your expenses and you have diversified your income. You probably feel invincible right now, but be careful. This is where 99% of people trip and fall right before the finish line.
If the first 2 hacks were the shield and the sword, this third one is the atomic bomb. Without this step, all your previous effort will be wasted. It is the mathematical shift that separates the wealthy from those who just earn good money. Are you ready to rewrite your code?
Hack number 3, the velocity valve. The problem is that at the end of the month, you look at your account and somehow there is nothing left to invest.
Why? Because you paid everyone else first.
You paid Netflix, you paid Starbucks, you paid the landlord, you paid yourself last. And for you, there are never any leftovers. You are last in line at your own buffet.
This is the switch that separates the workers from the owners. We are going to invert the equation. Old way. Income minus expenses equals savings. Result, $0. New way. Income minus investments equals expenses.
The protocol. Set an automatic transfer for 4 a.m. on the day after payday. 20% of your income is drafted out of your account while you are sleeping.
It goes into your war chest. When you wake up, the money is gone. They took it. You feel a little sting of pain. I'm missing money.
That pain is good. It forces you to survive on the rest. It forces you to get creative. You stop buying garbage because you literally don't have the money available.
This isn't savings. This is financial recruitment. You are drafting your dollars into the army before your consumer brain can waste them on garbage.
If you wait until you feel ready to invest, you never will. Make it automatic. Make it painful. Make it happen today. Type velocity if you are turning the valve today.
Let's look at that broke loop again. The rusty gear thumbnail, the grinding metal, the sweat, the Sunday night panic. That is the life of a man who lets the river flow right through him without catching a drop. A passive conduit for other people's wealth. Let's review the surgery. The artificial cap. Make yourself feel poor to become rich. The income tripod. Never give control of your life to a boss. The velocity valve. Pay your war chest first.
Now imagine doing all of this. You install the protocols. You sacrifice for 12 months. You build a massive war chest of cash. You feel proud. You feel invincible.
But you have made a terrible mistake. You took that war chest and you parked it in a standard savings account. You think it's safe because the bank smiles at you, but it's bleeding.
Inflation is an invisible tax that is eating 7% of your hard work every single year. It is a thief that breaks into your house every night and steals a coin from your chest.
If you leave that money in a regular bank, you are literally working for free for 1 month every year just to maintain your purchasing power. That is not savings, that is slow suicide.
You need to know where to put that money so it fights for you, not dies for you. I recorded a specific file on this hidden flaw.
I break down the math of why savers are losers and the 3-step algorithm to fix it instantly and stop losing money. Do not let your war chest rot after everything it cost you to fill it. That would be a Greek tragedy.
You need to watch System File 002 right now.
Watch this video. Your saving strategy has a hidden flaw. Click here to stop the bleeding.